So when you've decided on the first use case for your first task, it's time to map it out. So consider how your human agents work today. What decisions must they make along the way, and what data integrations are necessary? Let's walk through an example. This example is about how to automatically issue a subscription refund to a customer. So here you can see when the customer asks for a refund and the request meets the trigger conditions, it triggers the refund task. Those conditions include the customer explicitly asking for a refund. And we've also trained the system on common ways customers might phrase the request. So it knows which questions should trigger the task and which ones shouldn't. On top of that, we've added audience targeting. And for now, we're keeping this quite simple. We're only going to include customers in one region who are logged in and who are contacting us through the web messenger or mobile app. This way, we can be really confident about identity verification, and later on, we can maybe expand to other regions and other channels. So, the customer has met the conditions and the task is triggered. The AI agent asks the customer why they want the refund. At this stage, we're limiting the reasons to just a handful that we know the AI agent can handle without human involvement. This keeps things simple when we field test the task in the real world. If the customer's reply doesn't match one of these reasons, the task will automatically escalate the conversation to a teammate. And actually, that fallback is built into every single step. So if something doesn't work the way it should, the customer is never going to get stuck. They'll always be passed to a person that will help. This means we don't need to design for every possible edge case up front because we've got this safety net in place. Next, the task needs to verify a few details. The first step is checking the customer's subscription plan. So to do this, it needs to make an API call to your e-commerce platform. And intercom, we call these data connectors, and it's important to have this set up before you build the task. Then it also checks the customer's paid invoices. Now this might be the same external system, or it could be a different one. And once we have the subscription and payment details, the task confirms the refund amount with the customer. If they agree, the task takes action, cancelling the customer's subscription and issuing a refund for the right amount. Now, both of these are handled through API calls to our e-commerce system. So then, the AI agent confirms that the refund has taken place, and we'll set that as the end state. At this point, the task knows that it can finish. If for any reason the step doesn't complete, the customer will be passed to the team instead. That way, they won't ever be stuck in a loop. When you finally launch your first task, you want to monitor its performance and make sure it works as expected. Look at instances where the task failed and investigate why. Platforms usually provide tools like preview modes, event logs, or agent thoughts to help you understand what's happening behind the scenes. So use what you learn to improve, add, or adjust steps to boost success, or reword instructions to make them clearer. Maybe you'll want to refine the trigger conditions or exclude edge cases that don't belong, or add guidance to improve the customer experience. Troubleshooting like this will help you improve your task's reliability and performance. So, in summary, the preparation you do before building a task saves time, frustration, and failed conversations later on. It's a good idea to map the task out clearly, set up all your integrations, and account for any edge cases. And in this way, you'll set up your task for success.